Take one more deep breath in through your nose. Open up your mouth and sigh it out. And then inhale, lift up your heels, look to the top of your mat. And as slowly as you can, take little baby steps all the way up. When you get there, separate your feet to fist distance. Grab a hold of opposite elbows, allowing yourself to hang heavy here. Feel free to sway from side to side. Shake your head yes, no. Wiggle your tail, bend and straighten your legs. Just moving intuitively here for 2 more breaths. And on your next inhale, we'll release the hands and bring our feet a little closer together. Lift all 10 toes, lower your hips, and rise up to chair pose. Check in, make sure you can see your toes in front of your knees. If not, just move your hips back. Squeezing the knees and hugging your hips. Take a deep breath in, look up. On an exhale, bring your hands to your heart. On an inhale, bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Nice gentle twist. Stay there, open up and spread your wings. Slowly bringing it back to chair. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Squeeze the knees, press your palms, and gaze over your right shoulder. Stay there or open and spread your wings. Bring your hands back to your heart. Face forward, look up, inhale. Move to the toes, lift your heels. Slowly push through your toes, rise all the way up to standing. On the exhale, lower your heels and find a little back bend. Lift your kneecaps, firm your thighs. Nature's music. On your next inhale, bring your gaze forward, bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment here to remind yourself of your intention. And on your next inhale, sweep your arms out and up. On an exhale, one back bend. On an inhale, gazes forward, back to chair as you exhale. Lowering your seat all the way down to your heels the best you can, bringing the feet together. Bring your feet out a little further away from your pubic bone. Take your palms up. Bring your arms underneath your ankles if this is possible, and hands to the tops of your feet. If not, just place your hands anywhere on your legs, using your elbows to just gently guide the knees further down towards the ground. We'll take a few breaths here. Don't settle. Keep wiggling around until you find a place where your breath isn't compromised, your spine isn't compromised, you're comfortable, you're breathing, you know you're breathing, you feel the body breathing. Finding your inner smile and your kind eyes to get you through this. And your next inhale, bring yourself up, bring your knees together. Take your hands behind you. Separate your feet and just rock your knees right and left a few times. And then we'll bring the legs together, stretch them all the way out. If you need to rock side to side, do that. If you don't know what that means, it's not for you. Reach your arms up. And on an exhale, forward fold. If you have a strap or a towel, now would be a good time to use it. Make sure your shoulders aren't up by your ears, that they're drawing down your back. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhale, we'll slowly roll ourselves up and slowly roll down onto our backs for a brief pause in Shavasana. This brief pause is to allow all our standing poses to soak into the body, to allow us to move forward and let go of what we just did. Take one more breath in. Open up your mouth and say, ah. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. Let your belly drop into the spine, spine into the mat. Bring your legs together. And on an exhale, bring your knees in. Lift up your head, neck, and shoulders and squeeze yourself into a tight little ball. Lower your head back down. Taking one hand on each knee, circle your knees around in opposite directions. If you notice any clicking in your hips, make your circle smaller. Breathe deeper. Reverse your direction. And then on your next inhale, we'll place the left foot down and the right ankle on top of the left thigh. I like to keep my right elbow glued to the mat and use my right hand to create resistance. Use my left hand on the front of my left thigh and pull, or front of my left shin, or behind my left leg and pull. Just find whichever one works the best for you, and we'll hold this for about 30 seconds. We want to start to let go of any muscular energy, getting more into the fascia, the connective tissue. One more deep breath in. And for a brief moment, we're just going to cross the same leg. So right knee on top of left. Rest your hands on either knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift both arms and legs up. If you need the help of your hands to support the legs, use them. If not, keep them up and roll around your wrists and ankles. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And then we'll go on to the other side. Right foot down, left ankle on top of right thigh, left elbow down, right foot lifts, right hand pulls right leg, left hand pushes left knee. Nice long neck, relaxed shoulders, quality breaths. This is usually when the mind starts to get active again. Just simply notice the activity without entertaining any of the thoughts, allowing each thought to pass, just like a cloud in the sky. One more inhale here. And then for a brief pause, left knee over right, resting your hands wherever you feel comfortable. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting both arms and legs up, rolling around the wrists and ankles. Preparing ourselves for bridge pose. So feet hip bone distance apart. If you have to look up and check in with your feet, check in with your feet. If your fingertips can reach your heels, as long as you don't have anything going on in your back, that's a good measure. Keep your hands here, palms down, or if you can grab your ankles and you want to go there, go there. We'll slowly on an exhale peel the spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Now in bridge, often people are squeezing their glutes and not using their inner legs to help support them. So imagine there's a block between your feet and squeeze the feet in. And then same thing with the knees and inner thighs. Option to stay where you are, or option to interlace your fingers. And once you interlace your fingers, you intuitively start to rock it side to side, rolling the arm bones underneath you. If your chin is on your chest, take your chin off your chest and allow the chest to puff up to the chin. Another option would be to reach your arms up and over your head where the palms face the sky. And then your final option would be a full wheel where you take your fingertips facing the front of your mat, lifting straight up on an inhale. Stay there, or on an inhale, lift your right leg up. And exhale, lower. If you lifted your right leg, lift your left. And exhale, lower. One more inhale here. And then we'll slowly lower all the way down. Lifting the legs and arms back up. Resist the urge to hug your knees in. Roll around the wrist. Roll around your ankles. And then find happy baby pose. Bringing your hands to the inner arches of your feet. And if it feels good, rock it side to side. Keep your tailbone grounded. Keep your spine imprinting in the mat. Shoulders away from your ears. And if you want a little more, kick into your hands and straighten out your legs the best you can today. Your next inhale will lift the legs back up, crossing your left knee over your right, placing your right foot down, opening up your arms wide like a T. Lift your hips and scoot your hips over to the left. Start to bring your knees to the right. If this is too much of a twist, uncross your legs. If it's not enough, hook your left foot underneath the right. Be mindful, this left shoulder needs to stay down. Try to soften. Try to exhale all the way to empty. Relax your face, your jaw, One more breath. And then inhale, bring your gaze center, then your knees. Uncross your legs. Center your hips. Separate your feet for just a brief pause. Allow your knees to come towards each other for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the feet back together. Cross your right knee over your left. Lift your hips, scoot your hips to the right, and then knees over to the left. Being mindful that the right shoulder stays down. I'm so glad you all decided to join me on this journey of yoga. One more deep breath in. And on your next inhale, gaze up, bring your knees up, center the hips, uncross your legs, separate your feet for a brief pause, knees in, and this time right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. And then we'll bring the soles of our feet together and allow the knees to open up wide. I always end my class in this pose because this pose brings balance to all the other poses we just did. Just in case we worked a little harder on one side than the other. If you have a big space between your back and your mat, I recommend placing your feet on a block or a couple of books or a stack of magazines. This will help roll the sacrum so it's flat, and that's really what we're looking for. When you're ready, we're just going to simply kick the right foot to the right corner and your left foot to the left corner. Coming into our final pose, our Shavasana. Creating a little space between your lips. Finding your inner smile. Finding your kind eyes.